Alright, so today we're talking about a story that genuinely feels like it was written by someone who lost a bet with reality. Like, you ever see something online and your first reaction isn't even shock, it's just confusion. Like your brain just goes, nah, I'm not processing that. Good luck though. Yeah, that's this. So this revolves around a guy named Jarion Davidson, a 19-year-old who got pulled into the wonderful, magical, absolutely not concerning at all world of Looksmaxxing, which, if you don't know, is basically what happens when insecurity gets Wi-Fi access and no adult supervision. Now, on paper, the idea sounds harmless. Improve your looks, take care of yourself, maybe get a better haircut, drink some water for once in your life, basic stuff. But the internet doesn't do basic. The internet takes normal ideas, straps a rocket to them, and launches them directly into insanity. And that's exactly what happened here. Jarion Davidson starts off as a completely normal dude. Like, nothing about him screams, this guy's about to turn his face into a science fair project. He just looks like any other teenager you'd see walking around, probably worried about normal things like what to eat or why his phone battery dies at 30%. But then he finds this community. And this community, oh man, they don't just talk about improving themselves. They talk like they're part of some secret society where everyone failed the entrance exam but still showed up anyway. You've got terms like ascending, mogging, bone density optimization. It sounds less like self-improvement and more like they're trying to unlock a new character class. Like, bro, you're not ascending. You're sitting in your room watching TikToks at 3 a.m. convincing yourself your cheekbones are holding you back from greatness. So Jarion dives headfirst into this, and I mean headfirst in the most literal, concerning way possible. Because instead of doing normal things, again like skincare, diet, maybe touching grass, this guy decides the best course of action is to start experimenting on himself like he's in a low-budget lab experiment. And the thing about the internet is, it rewards extremes. You post something normal, nobody cares. You post something slightly unhinged, okay, now we're getting somewhere. You post something that makes people question humanity as a whole, congratulations, you've made it. So as Jarion Davidson starts going deeper into this Looksmaxxing rabbit hole, he begins documenting it, posting videos, getting attention, building an audience, not because people are inspired, but because they can't look away. It's like watching someone try to microwave a fork. You know it's a bad idea, but you're still curious how it's gonna end.
You stupid.
And here's where things start getting uncomfortable because the validation kicks in. He's getting views, he's getting comments, people are watching him more and more. And instead of someone stepping in and saying, hey man, maybe chill, it turns into this weird encouragement loop where the more extreme he gets, the more attention he receives. And suddenly, it's not about improving anymore, it's about performing. It's about pushing things further, going more extreme, doing things that make people react. Because on the internet, reaction equals relevance, and Jarion Davidson ends up chasing that.
Let me be brutally honest, you're not ugly, your face is just swollen.
Shut the fuck up.
Now at this point, you might be thinking, alright, how bad could it really get? And I promise you, whatever you're imagining right now, it's not enough. Because what this guy actually admitted to doing in order to improve his appearance sounds like something you'd expect to hear from a cartoon villain who got rejected from being a cartoon villain. We're talking methods that make absolutely no sense, zero logic, and a whole lot of, why would you ever think this is a good idea? And the worst part, he wasn't just doing it himself, he was encouraging others to do the same. Yeah, and it only gets worse from here. According to his own statements, and I genuinely wish this weren't true, he was hitting himself in the face with a hammer daily, like it was part of a skincare routine. I don't even know how to process that. Imagine waking up, brushing your teeth, checking your phone, and then thinking, you know what would really tie this morning together? Blunt force trauma. For what? For bone growth. That's apparently the logic here. The idea being that if you just bonk your face enough times, your bones will be like, ah yes, let's evolve. Like your skull is a Pokemon getting XP from self-inflicted damage. That's not how bones work. That's how concussions work. And it doesn't stop there. He also admitted to bleaching his skin, which again is not something you just casually experiment with like trying a new shampoo. That's the kind of thing that can go very wrong very fast, and judging by how his face looked in later clips, yeah, it didn't exactly go great. But wait, we're still not done, because apparently the diet also plays a role in this master plan. And by diet, I mean this guy was consuming raw meat. Not like rare steak, I mean straight up, this still has a backstory type meat. At one point, he even posted himself drinking raw chicken blood. I don't even have a joke for that. That's just a horror movie audition, like if Dracula had a gym face. And somehow, despite all of this sounding like a checklist of things not to do, he starts building a following. People are watching him, engaging, and the craziest part, some of them are actually taking it seriously. This man literally created a coaching system, a program, like he's running a university for bad decisions, with names like Ascend or Die, which sounds less like self-improvement and more like a threat. And then you look at the prices. Oh my God. We're talking hundreds, sometimes over $1,000 for guys on things like bone growth, eye area optimization, female strategy, which already sounds like it was written by someone who's never successfully spoken to a woman without buffering. Who is paying for this? Like, imagine explaining this to your bank. Yeah, I just dropped $997 so I can learn how to hit myself more efficiently. Your bank would call you just to check if you're okay. And the content in these communities, it somehow gets worse. You've got people in forums talking in what I can only describe as encrypted nonsense. Like they're speaking English, but it feels like it's been run through Google Translate 14 times and then punched in the face, just like Jarion.
Get the fuck out of here!
People are out here saying things like their cortisol levels are off because their friend passed away, but they're more concerned about how it affects their ascension. Bro, what? Your priorities are so scrambled, it looks like a breakfast plate. And then you've got others asking questions about injecting things into their bodies to maximize growth while casually mentioning side effects like it's part of a video game skill tree. Like, yeah, this might permanently mess up my hormones, but at least my jawline gets +2 stats. It's insane. And through all of this, Jarion Davidson isn't just participating, he's leading the charge. He's the guy people are looking at like, yeah, that's the blueprint, which is terrifying because this isn't just someone making bad choices in private anymore. This is someone broadcasting it, monetizing it, and influencing other people to follow the same path. And somehow it still gets worse because eventually this all leaves the internet and enters the real world. And that's where things go from sad to straight up painful to watch.
Hey, chat. No way, it's a void. No way.
Here's the thing. Online, you can say whatever you want. You can invent terms, create your own little language, convince yourself you're ascending, and there will always be someone in the comments hyping you up. But in real life, nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. So Jarion goes out into public, like malls, just regular places where people are minding their business, trying to exist, and he starts approaching random people, especially women, using this Looksmaxxing mindset. And it is brutal. Like, not even in a funny way. It's just uncomfortable. He's going up to people asking for rides, trying to force conversations, doing that awkward handshake attempt where the other person clearly does not want to participate.
Hey, I'll see if you guys like give free rides. No? But like any special people? No? Like even if I told you a funny joke, would you want to give me one? No? Are you sure? What's your name? What? Just want to ask you. Sophia? Jarion. You don't shake hands? No? Okay. Nice meeting you.
It's like watching someone try to start a car with no engine. There's just nothing there. And you can see it in real time. People are confused, uncomfortable, trying to get out of the situation as fast as possible. Because again, this isn't the internet anymore. You can't just walk up to someone and start talking about ascending or whatever made up terminology you've been using in your Discord server and expect them to understand. They're just trying to get through their day. And it gets worse. He keeps going up to different women, asking for numbers, asking for Instagram, pushing conversations that clearly aren't going anywhere. And instead of reading the situation and backing off, he just keeps going.
Bro, how was
What was your name?
How was your ride?
What was your name?
Wait.
Liza? I just want to see, like, what's your Instagram? You're pretty cute. You give out your Instagram? No? You want my number? Or you just don't? Okay, that's fine. Oh, you have a boyfriend?
Oh my